Welcome to the We Know Game podcast. I'm your host, MikeyB. Along beside me is my co-host, Jade. We are coming live from Main Street Cigars at our brick and mortar location. We come here probably it's fair to say, about every day. Smoke a stick, talk sports, watch sports, everything related to sports, and obviously cigars. Today I'm smoking a Drew Estate Liga Privada T52. It's a pretty solid stick. How's yours treating you?
I'm really enjoying this. It's definitely a medium to full body stick. It's got a little bit of spice in there.
Yes, it does.
It's got some leather. I mean, it's a delicious stick. You can't go wrong with it. And for the price point, this is under $18. There's not a better stick under 18 that the Liga makes, for sure.
Yep.
You want to step up to the number 9, that is definitely an option. Now, you're going to be retailing those anywhere between 22. You can get them for as little as 18. But
They usually keep these pretty stocked well here at our spot. But I want to introduce ourselves tonight. So I'm originally from Maryland, born and raised. I'm a diehard Ravens fan, diehard O's fan. Love just about all sports. Like to get involved in a lot of fantasy football, and we will be bringing you a lot more fantasy football content as we get closer to the season. We're going to talk about the drafts coming up. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to just talk about a little bit of everything with the things that we like to watch and provide everyone some content. I think the viewers will appreciate what we have to say, and we also like to have a good time and laugh. And so I met Jade, just so everyone knows, I met Jade here. That's what brought us together. Met him, I want to say, middle of June 2022. We've become good friends, and we decided to throw a podcast together and see how things go. So Jade, you want to tell the viewers a little bit about your background?
yeah, so I'm from Mississippi.
The mighty Mississippi.
The mighty Mississippi. I also spent time when I was a kid in New Orleans, and grew up in between Oxford and New Orleans. So I'm a diehard Ole Miss fan in the NCAA, and then I'm a diehard Saints fan.
Okay.
When it comes to baseball, I'm a Yankees fan. Now, I know a lot of you right now are watching this, just like my co-host here, MikeyB, thinking, why in the hell is he a Yankees fan and he's from Mississippi? He should be a Cardinals fan.
Front runner.
Or a Atlanta Braves fan, am I right?
That's right. That's what I said to him at first. Front runner.
Here's the thing. My entire family, my grandfather, my mom, my grandmother, they all are Yankees fans. So I've grown up watching the Yankees since I was a little kid. My favorite player was Derek Jeter. Obviously, to me, he was the greatest shortstop of all time. But that's obviously debatable.
Right. Especially here in Maryland.
But obviously the Orioles have had some really great players as well. And we're not biased here when it comes to fantasy. We're going to tell you the top players that we think that you should go for in your league. And that's going to be based on a dynasty standpoint and also a redraft league. So stay tuned for that. That's going to come shortly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the fantasy world. It's one of my passions. Been playing fantasy football for like 22 years. 1998 was my first year. I drafted Randy Moss with my first pick. He was a rookie, and I played in the league with my brother and a bunch of his co-workers. It was a really good time. It brought me together closer to people and just gave me a broader respect to football in general. Learned a lot about it since then. It's a lot to learn. Especially newcomers coming into the game. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be providing everyone with more content as we get closer to the NFL draft and once we get into fantasy football season. We actually have a fantasy startup dynasty league coming up May 1st. We'll walk through that as we get more into our episodes. What else, Jay, did you want to discuss in our intro tonight?
Really I just wanted to touch base and let the viewers know who we were, some of the sports that we're going to be looking at. Obviously football, obviously we're talking about baseball. Another one that we're going to talk about is going to be soccer and golf. I'm not as traversed in soccer, but we have some really great members here who know a lot about the sport, who played the sport,
They do.
coach the sport. We have one of our Patreon members, Dexter Trotter. He actually coaches right across the street at the Hartford Community College. So he's going to be on this podcast at some point as well, talking about everything going on in fantasy when it comes to soccer. And then in golf, that's definitely more your expertise. I'm actually going to start playing this year, but when it comes to the ins and outs of it, I would leave that to your expertise. Can you tell us a little bit about your golf experience?
Yeah, so I've been playing golf since I was about 13 years old. Played my first round with my grandfather. He was the one that kind of introduced me to the great game that I love. I played in high school, and now I just play recreational with just friends. Some friends here that wants to play with me here coming up this season. I'm going to try to get out with them and swing some clubs. Me and Jade just went to Top Golf in Baltimore a few weeks ago. And Jade's new to the game, so he's having some learning experiences going through. There's a lot to learn. I'm still learning. Even professionals are still learning every day. But yeah, we're going to talk a lot about golf as we transition through coming up soon with the Masters, one of my favorite tournaments of the season. I am a huge Tiger fan. He's battled a lot of injuries and adversity in his life, and I think it's great to see him playing at the Masters every year. And we all want to see him in red on Sundays. That's obviously the goal. So yeah, that's a little bit about golf for me. I hold it very dear to my heart with my grandfather. But yeah, I think Jade will love the sport once he gets out there and swings the clubs.
I mean, from my first experience at Top Golf, I can definitely say it's a sport that I can see myself getting into. I have a very competitive spirit. I've been in sales for 10 years, so you have to be competitive to be in that industry.
Right.
And definitely golf is that on the field, right? I mean, you're trying to hit that thing harder than anybody, and you're trying to putt that thing better than anybody.
That's right. That's right.
So, obviously, that's my goal, is to just improve this year. If I can shoot under 100 this year, that would be incredible. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. What would you say I'm going to shoot this year?
I would say you're going to be in triple digits for your first season. I was as well, so it's normal. You just got to stay patient and grind. You're always going to learn something new, but more importantly, have fun. Just enjoy life. I think it's important to enjoy what it is you're doing and have fun with your friends. There's nothing better than starting the back nine on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, 75, 80 degrees, lighting up a stick, drinking a cold one with your friends. It's good meditation, that I like to say. But yeah, we're gonna close with some unfortunate, sad news. Jade, you want to?
Yeah. So as you probably know, in the sports world, it's a very tight-knit community. One of our own, Foster Morant, he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. My grandfather actually died of Hodgkin's lymphoma in the late 90s. So it's definitely very special to me. So this is a disease that is not curable at this moment. Hopefully they're working towards a cure, and they can make him comfortable in this transition in life for him. But our prayers go to him and his family and his organization that he's involved in with the Raiders. We hope that he can recover as best as possible. But definitely want to send our prayers out to him, and donate if you can to any cause that you feel comfortable with, whether that's the Red Cross or there's a lymphoma and leukemia society, which I've donated to in the past. I'll be looking to make a donation into that this year as well, and then hopefully my co-host also will be into that.
I certainly will, and also to dementia. One of my favorite actors recently was diagnosed with dementia, Bruce Willis, and I saw a TikTok video of him. He had just celebrated his 68th birthday, and just my heart goes out to him and his family. In closing, I also want to say that you can go onto our We Know Game podcast and sign up, put your email in. If you'd like to make a small donation to our cause and help us, support us, it'd be greatly appreciated, but it's not required. And again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to talking to you guys more often.
We're out.
Peace.